There ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
People are so caught up in their emotions, they're now glitching. And since ESPN and Fox act like experts, they make dumbass fans feel like they are. Look at this joker in my comment section. Remember when I said that Lamar Jackson has the dumbest haters? And I'm actually being honest. He has some of the dumbest haters that I have ever seen. And I've seen LeBron James haters, I've seen Tom Brady haters, but nothing comes closer to a Lamar Jackson hater. Now, I'm not going to read this comment word for word because it will take too long, but I will just talk about some of the points that he made about Lamar Jackson. He says, Lamar Jackson is a terrible QB. Yeah, a terrible QB that has never thrown double-digit interceptions. He says how Lamar Jackson is a running back that is taking advantage of the NFL. What he really should be saying is how Baltimore is taking advantage of Lamar Jackson's athleticism. And Lamar Jackson haters love using that running back narrative, and they sound so freaking stupid. They really think they sound intellectual, but all they did was take some dumbass comment that they heard on ESPN. Then he says, in today's world, everyone is afraid of offending a black person by stating the obvious. One, people actually insult black people even more. And it's not just black people, it's also Samoans. Because if you look at Tua Tagovailoa, if you look at the type of hate that he gets, which I'm going to make a video on him either this week or next week, it's literally insane. And before I defended Lamar Jackson, I used to defend Marcus Mariota on my channel. Go look at my older videos. YouTube had to keep flagging my comments or deleting my comments, not the comments that I made, but the comments that people were making on my channel about racist remarks against Mariota. And Marcus Mariota is obviously not black. And there was literally a guy in my comment section that said he preferred white quarterbacks and he don't like any other race quarterbacks. So when he says that people are afraid to offend black people, you guys do it anyway, and you don't do it to just black people, you do it to any other race. And I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking about just like, the idiotic ones I've seen in my comment section, because you see in my videos, I don't race bait. I'm literally fair to every type of quarterback. I've defended Derek Carr, I've defended Josh Allen, Marcus Mariota, and Lamar Jackson. Go look at my old videos. But it's obvious that this guy's IQ is like a 3, because he says that Walter Payton and LaDainian Tomlinson could be a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Then he says, even if Lamar Jackson was a running back, he wouldn't even be good. Let's be honest. The guy who made this comment on my channel found his girlfriend cheating on him with some BBC action. This comment is just pure envy. One, Lamar Jackson beat the Denver Broncos with his arm. The Broncos literally shut down the Baltimore Ravens running game, and Lamar Jackson beats him with his arm, but all people keep talking about is how the Ravens didn't take a knee. In this guy's comment, he talks about how Lamar Jackson is inaccurate. Then he says, most third-string quarterbacks are way more accurate than this joke. Well then, if that were the case, they wouldn't be third-stringers. But that's funny, because if this guy is such an expert, I didn't see him comment on how Baker Mayfield misses a wide-open Odell Beckham Jr. And look at Baker Mayfield's stats on Sunday. And I have nothing but love for Baker Mayfield because I was a die-hard Baker Mayfield fan when he was at Oklahoma. And when Baker Mayfield is on fire, he is actually a pretty good quarterback in the NFL. But these stats are unacceptable if your quarterback is quote-unquote a pocket passer. Because unlike Lamar Jackson, even if he's inaccurate with some throws in which he hits a lot of his receivers, I mean, you saw it in the Lions game, but this guy also doesn't mention that game on how, Lamar Jackson's receivers were dropping passes and he was hitting these receivers on the numbers against the Lions. But I guess that's, out of sight, out of mind. Right now in week 4, Lamar Jackson has more passing yards than Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, and Matt Ryan. I mean, come on. So to say he's not good at throwing the football just makes you a fucking hater. Then you got this other idiot fan that said, I've been watching football for many years, and Lamar Jackson is no different than Vic, Cam, and RG3. And until Lamar does what Cam, Vic, and RG3 did not do, which is winning a Super Bowl, he will remain in the running category. Like, are you really kidding me with all these idiots who are trying to sound like experts? One, for your information, when Russell Wilson beat the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl, he ran for 500 yards in that season. So technically, a mobile/running quarterback has already won a Super Bowl. But since Russell Wilson was so successful as a mobile quarterback, the media had to change the narrative and be like, oh, well, technically he's an improviser, an escape artist. No, he's just an elite mobile quarterback. I digress. Then you want to compare him to Cam Newton, Michael Vick, and RG3. Well, one, Lamar Jackson is not injury prone like those 3 guys. He is not stubborn like RG3 or Cam Newton. He actually watches film, something that Michael Vick did not do. And believe it or not, a lot of people may not want to admit it, but Lamar Jackson has great pocket awareness than most pocket passers. And every time people say that mobile quarterbacks can't win Super Bowls, look at how many pocket passers they are. For the longest time, they're like 97, 98% of them. So if it's that much pocket passers and there's only like 2% mobile quarterbacks in the NFL, then how can you expect them to win a Super Bowl more often than not? It makes no logic sense. Black Sabbath is a famous rock group. And believe it or not, when they first came out, a lot of people did not like their music because how can you come from an era listening to Frank Sinatra to listening to a category of music that people have never heard before? It was a different expression in music. I believe the same thing goes for Lamar Jackson. Right now, he has a lot of haters, but by the time he retires, I guarantee you, people will appreciate his rare talent.
We don't care when you call our name. We don't care, we are just the same. We ignore